This is Autism 101. This is what we call a picture-in-picture thought. These thoughts are built upon what Temple Grandin wrote about in her book called Thinking in Pictures. This little thought in the corner is actually a brain-generated image that we actually read. This is why it's called Thinking in Pictures. Now this is once again several steps above what Temple wrote about. Now if you were standing beside me and we were at this car show, this is optic vision. You would see this, I would see this, we'd both see the exact same thing. Now if you would ask me a question like, who's that person walking over beside the car, my brain would make this little image right here. And this little image is what we call a thought dot. And in reality, that thought dot looks very much like this. It would be this crystal clear, this crisp. We could even tell you what color shirt this guy's got on, how deep his feet were going into the sand here. And this optic vision would still be on quite a bit, and we would see the little brain-generated image. If it became a real picture thought, as in we really needed to think deep with it, it would cancel out all this optic image. This would become the thought dot, and it would be a brain-generated image. Our optic vision would be turned off. So the big key to autism is our optic vision and our brain-generated vision is actually interchanged. And once we learn how to read the little brain-generated image and how to translate this into words, it becomes very simple to connect autism to normal thoughts. We could tell you everything from this little picture, from this guy's name to you name it. Now, this is a more simple version of a picture-in-picture thought. And if we had a proper autism school, we could probably do this by 4th grade. This little dot here, oftentimes, if it's upside down or backwards, it would be the roots of dyslexia. Oftentimes I was very, very dyslexic when I was little, and until I had this thought dot figured out and straightened up before I translated it into words, I was always dyslexic. If I had 3 or 4 of these little thought dots up and down through here, I would actually stutter until I decided which one of these, quote, little men that I was going to talk about. Once I decided on one little dot to talk about, I quit stuttering. So again, this is optic vision. This is the same thing you and I would see. This is brain-generated image. And this is actually called picture-in-picture thought. And it's 1 or 2 steps above what Temple Grandin wrote about. And there's many, many more picture thoughts beyond this one. We have 3-dimension, 4-dimension, and projection thoughts, which all tend to interchange our brain-generated images and our optic vision together. And if we didn't have pictures like this, we couldn't drive. Because oftentimes when I drive, I will see this little thing up here in my optic vision. It'll tell me the speed limit or the direction or which way to turn. So this little thought is just very imperative that we learn that in autism. So this is what we do when we don't have any lack of eye contact, or if we're looking up and to the right, or to the left. We've had some autistic people that claim that their optic vision or their brain-generated image is over here on the left. So it can be about any place, basically. So this is basically 1 step up from autism. This has never been in a textbook before, and it's never been in a psychology book before. How it works. This is what autism is to us. How it works.